Hey everybody, this is Ozark Pepper One. It's Thursday morning out here in southeast Missouri, and I'm taking a little walk through the woods here at the neighbor's pond over there. He's got a lot of sheep and stuff. Really good guy. Got some bandits out here. Guys driving around at night, and I assume they're breaking in places, people's cabins and things like that. Probably stealing copper and whatever they can find that's valuable that they can trade for drugs. So I just did a foot patrol, and I see a lot of guys, even myself, I'm guilty of it. I climb on a four-wheeler or ATV of any kind, or a truck, and drive through the woods thinking you're going to catch somebody. You're not. Sometimes you get lucky, but most cases they hear that engine coming. What I would suggest is get to know your property on foot, because if there ever comes a day when there's no gas, you're going to have to stroll out there and get some exercise, and more likely you can hear them before they hear you if you're quiet and slow. These leaves are going to make noise, but just walk slow. They won't hear you. They won't know where you're at. This is a place been in the family about 50 years. We've got a major drug problem in the state of Missouri. I'm sure it's everywhere else. But these guys get hooked on meth and heroin, pills of any kind, of the oxycodone, where they get their hands on, wherever's available. And half these guys are in their early 20s. Half of them are in their 50s. I've seen some of them in their 50s. And their eyes are half open. They're just walking around like zombies. They're already among us. And when the lights go down, power grid goes out, what do you think these people are going to do when their stomach starts hurting? They're already stealing because they want a fix. They don't know what a fix is until they have, a sandwich after not eating for a month. Once that drug high wears off, then the hunger pains start. And I don't believe it's going to be too long. You'll see a lot of these guys getting shot and killed, because most of them are soft. They're not very strong people. They've never worked in their life. I mean, I've dealt with it with relatives and friends that completely screwed their life up. And they sometimes they come up to you and say, "Hey buddy, give me a hug." You give them a hug and you feel them, they're just a sack of bones. And they're usually the same ones that they'll act like they're tough. They'll shout real loud, make threats. But when it comes down to it, if they don't have a weapon, they're nothing. I've never met one yet that I couldn't just destroy physically. With methamphetamines and heroin and stuff like that, it already has destroyed our country. Worse than any terrorist attack, worse than any illegal invasion. Those drugs a lot of them came from down south, but a lot of them are made right here. A lot of them are brought here by the powers that be, the ones who run the show. Somewhere high up, or somebody wearing a badge bringing the stuff in. And then the lower level guys that, say law enforcement, they decide they're going to try to bust it. Well, that might be interfering with the higher level guys' buddy, who happens to be the guy selling it, and giving him a cut. So they usually find a way to reprimand that officer and get rid of him if he actually tries to move in and take care of business. But I look to see things go dark. next year or two. I mean, we've already seen the sickness of the past 20 or 30 years. People's morals gone. Drugs been around forever. People did heroin in the 20s. 1920s they did heroin. But I don't think it was so much a high thing back then as it is now. Now these people just escape reality. You know, I think it's just a matter of time before it comes crumbling down. So my suggestion to people who are aware and in this community, put back some food, put back some water, get right with God, get your health right, because you're not going to have a doctor to go to. You might have a witch doctor somewhere, but you're not going to have a doctor to go to. They're not going to work for nothing. There might be a few good souls out there that want to help people, but they can't. They'll be overwhelmed with all these people dying because they can't get their medication that they're addicted to. So it's going to be a big thinning of the herd. Happens in every culture, happens in every century. There's always a major thinning of the herd. We had ours once during the Civil War. We lost 500,000 people in a country of about, 30 million, 30, 40 at the time. Here we are, it's 2019. Our population is about 360 million in this country now. Which people say, well, that's nothing. China's got more. Yeah, they all live stacked on top of each other, and they don't value their life either. You see people get run over by a car, little kids, and other old people will walk right past it and step over them. That's just the reality of when you have an abundance of something, each individual thing has less value to another person. That's why they don't care about their people as much as we do here. Like, we see something, we're like, oh my God, we have empathy. And that's not to say they're all like that. There's people over there with empathy. You can see it in some of their shows. But for the most part, we're night and day compared to them. We have compassion where among cultures over here even. Like I've seen a black man lift a white man up. And I've seen it the other way around. I've done it myself. I paid another man's bill before just to do it. I could see he just didn't want that guy to be embarrassed. He had a bill to pay. He walked in to pay it. I said, hey man, I got you. And that's something people don't do anymore like they used to. This is 20 years ago I'm talking about when I did this, so it's not me boasting saying, oh, I'm special. Because I felt guilty at the time because I was doing pretty good. I was like, I got to give back somehow. But for every good deed you do, there's always a punishment. So, I don't know. I'm just rambling on. It's kind of a cool Thursday morning. And I figured I'd go for a walk, get rid of a couple pounds I gained during the snowy, rainy weather where I couldn't do anything. Hopefully, we'll get some nice weather here in the next week or two. I'm going to clean up some stuff, return this place back to nature, how it's supposed to be. And, probably have a fun summer, hopefully, as long as it's not a chaotic summer, according to the news. You watch that news and play on social media, you're going to get depressed. I try to stay away from that as much as I can. Pick a hobby out and get good at it. Invest in yourself, get a job, start your own business. It pays off. You'll fail at first. You might not. Most of us do, though. I did. I failed several times. But then one day you'll get a call from somebody and you'll do a good job, and you'll get another call and another call. Pretty soon you're like, well, I didn't know it was this easy to make money. This is a long walk. So don't let the doom and gloom get you down. Because that's what they want. When you get down and out, you're not going to spend anything. You're going to sit in the house alone, depressed. You're not going to consume their stuff. You're not going to look at their nature, which is what they want. The best thing to do is get off your couch, off your chair, and walk on your 2 feet. And when you do that, your blood will circulate. You'll get more oxygen to your brain. And you'll see things a little more clear. The more you sit in a toxic environment, the more toxins you'll have in your body. I better quit talking. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Just rambling on, ain't I? Hey, look at this. You know how deep that is? Look at that horizon over there. That should give you an idea. This is my backyard. I own almost all the way to that horizon, I think. No, I'm just kidding. About halfway. Anyway, y'all have a great rest of the day. I'm going to get off of here and go do something besides walk around. It's kind of cold. So this is Ozark Prepper 1, over and out.